Hello, my dear, beautiful Zenith friends. This is EET with another astrology video. This time I am going to be continuing the path of astrology and going down the interesting lane of moon signs. So, moon sign is very important, and we might as well start with Aries moon sign. First of all, what is moon? Moon is our mother. Moon is our intuitive mind. Moon is how someone truly is. The nakshatra really reveals a lot, okay? So, and that is, that's not just generic sign, that is more of the constellation behind each lunar placement. This is known as the lunar mansion. Very important in astrology, very revealing in astrology. And then, of course, just like there are decans, there are what is called padas for each nakshatra, which even gives different rulership and different vibes to each lunar mansion, even. So that's important. So let's talk about so the moon is the emotional mind, the intuitive mind, the subconscious mind. It is someone's inner child, how someone truly is, despite the front they put out. It also, like I said, represents our mothers. House is very revealing. Astrology, once again, everyone, astrology is extremely complex. It is extremely mathematical. You cannot just generify things into a sign, and then be like, oh, all Virgos are like this, all, Taurus is like this. It's not like that at all. Once again, it's like a thumbprint. We all have thumbprints, but none of them are the same. I don't care if you have the same sun, moon, and rising as someone. You have different house placements. You have different aspects going on. There is so much going on that is different. Depending on where you're born in the world, it's all different, guys. So, with that said, do not generically clump things together, and let's talk about the Aries moon. Aries is ruled by Mars. It is a warrior. It is... Sorry, I'm getting messages. It's totally distracting me. Aries is ruled by Mars. It is a warrior. These people are, related to the inner child. Because Aries is the first sign, so it really represents that unfiltered kind of infantile expression, when we're hungry. Sorry, I'm getting more messages. Stop it. When we're hungry, we cry. When we want affection, we cry. When we want to go to sleep, when we're tired, when we use the bathroom, whatever, we cry. There's just no filter. It's just the Aries kind of amazing Martian inner child coming out, right? Aries represents inspiration. It's in spirit, I love that magical cusp of Pisces and Aries. That's a really wonderful, magical point on the chart. I think that is quite mystical. When winter goes into spring, right? When death goes into rebirth. So Aries and Pisces have this interesting link into, the transition from one world into the next. But Aries, being the first sign, really represents when the spirit is incarnated. So those with Aries moon are going to be a little more like inner child expressive, very, things come in with a flash with cardinal fire. It's like one moment they're mad, the next moment they're not. These people can basically have a quick turnaround, but the Aries is no joke. It is the general. It is the warrior. Ruled by Mars. Mars is going to show you more information on on the nature of that, and so is the sun and everything else. But once again, we're just talking about the moon. So moon in Aries, you know, this can really point to someone who maybe had a mother who was like a little more masculine, on the masculine side, maybe wasn't as affectionate, maybe wasn't, as nurturing. House changes a lot too, okay? Moon in Aries typically gives someone quite a hot temperament. Like I said, it's like a flash in the pan. Like, these people can just be explosive. These people can have bouts of anger. These people are also very creative. And these people are also very expressive and able to deal with, you know, maybe some of the negative things that people are afraid to talk about in a more gracious way, because they are that fiery nature. You know, I've seen a lot of wonderful dancers with this placement. I have seen people who, you know, like to be in charge, right? Because Aries is the leader. Aries is number one, the I am. People who, you know, and really depending on the degree, you know, Aries is here to lead. It really is. And, you know, that goes through a few different modalities. Anyway, I don't want to get too specific yet, because within the sign of Aries, there's also several different nakshatras, or, you know, padas within that. So it really depends on where that placement is. But so Aries moon is very hot-tempered, quick, expressive, inner child, coming out in one moment. Daredevils, you know, these people will run into a burning building to save someone's life. You understand that? Aries has a place, okay? And it's typically to do and to go where no one would go. Once again, sun, rising, Mars, all of this has a big play in that. But Aries is not afraid. Aries actually thrives off of some of that darkness. Where other signs would back down, Aries is like, you know, gets turned on. They're not afraid to say something that perhaps others would be afraid to say. They're not really afraid to save face with people. But they are sweethearts. You know, Aries moon, even though it's all rough and tough and the general and the fighter and this and that, I mean, Aries is still a child. It still wants to play. It's still so creative and expressive, you know. So yeah, and of course, aspect changes everything. House changes everything, you know. Cancer sun with an Aries moon, I mean, that's a tough one, but that would be even more emphasis on that Aries moon, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, right? So it really just depends on how the cards fall, the planets fall, the cosmos is in that situation. So if you don't know where your moon placement is and you'd like a reading from me, please send me an email, etastro77@gmail.com, or reach out to me on social media, and I would love to read your natal chart, which will be relevant for the rest of your life. I am very versed in synastry, which is compatibility between two charts and how they fall together, and what that means in romantic relationships, marriage, business partners, family dynamics, the whole thing. It doesn't matter what type of relationship. Friends, if I didn't say that already. Also very well versed in human design, and have a lot of other offerings that I will not go through at this time. So thank you for subscribing to this channel, for liking this video, for commenting things that I left out, as well as positive encouragement. I do love words of affirmation. What else? Thank you guys for all the love and the patience with this. You know, astrology is definitely a big pursuit of mine, but music is number one, I would say. So astrology helps to balance me out, but if you haven't already, check out my albums at ET Rainbow Yantra. I have another YouTube channel for that, and I have about 4 albums released and more on the way. And I'm pretty excited because I just started playing out live in the first time for like almost a year. So it's a very exciting time for me. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Take care. Talk to you soon.